Alright, the community team is really keeping me on my toes here, and of course I gotta cover this one as well. We now know exactly what, apart from the 2 mystery teams that'll drop shortly, warbands will be available for organized play. We do know that all previous warbands will be playable via digital support, but only a selection of them will be available for official tournaments, which is obviously a non-issue for some people and a big issue for some people. So let's get cracking, and before we do, make sure to smash that like button, turn on the notifications, and do subscribe if you haven't already. So here's the picture of all the lovely warband icons of the warbands available for organized play, and I'll list them inside their grand alliances. First up, Chaos. We have Ephelim's Pandemonium, the Gortchusen of Drom, Kagra's Ravagers, the Thriceful Discord, Sikit's Thunder Pack, Spiteclaw's Swarm, and the Dread Pageant. For Death, we do have the Skinnerkin, Thorns of the Briar Queen, the Headsman's Curse, the Sepulchral Guard, Sundara's Gravebreakers, Canaan's Reapers, the Crimson Court, and Grimwatch. For Destruction, we have the Cunning Crew, Grincrack's Loon Court, Molog's Mob, Black Powder's Buccaneers, Morgok's Crushers, Dagok's Stablads, and Sarbag's Gits. And finally, for Order, we have Thunric's Profiteers, the Brethren of Bolt, the Fast Riders, the Embergard, Ilthari's Guardians, Sirene's Racers, Hexbane's Hunters, the Iron Soul Condemners, and Majoris Purifiers. So that is quite a few warbands. This then means that for Chaos we will at least not yet see Garrick's Reavers, Magor's Fiends, Eyes of the Nine, the Godsworn Hunt, Grashrak's Despoilers, the Wormspats, Skitterchang's Claw Pack, or the Null Spirit Pack, as well as Skabik's Plague Pack for official play at this very hour. Although as per the Null Spirit Pack they are teased with an image at the bottom next to a text pertaining to past warbands that will see separate releases down the line. Regarding Grashrak's Spoilers, that was very expected of course given the discontinuation of Beasts of Chaos in the Age of Sigmar large-scale game. Of course we will all have favorites we would have loved to see here. For me it's probably the Godsworn Hunt and the Eyes of the Nine, while I also know that the Wormspat is a fan favorite of a lot of people, especially since we at the moment don't have a Nurgle warband, and we for example have 2 Slaanesh warbands included here. As for Death, we won't yet, that is, see Lady Harrow's Mournflight, the Drepper's Wraith Creepers, the Exiled Dead, or the Sons of Velmor. Less excluded warbands here of course, but both Death and Destruction are the grand alliances with the least warbands in it. I think a lot of people would have liked to see Velmorn included here, as they are some of the most sought after sculpts from Underworlds for sure, but they are also at the bottom of the article next to the image of the Null Spirit Pack, so they might also, very likely I'd say, see a separate release down the line as well. Moving on to Destruction, the excluded ones are Iron Skull's Boys, Ripper's Nullfang, Rothgorn's Mantrappers, and Headcracker's Madmob. The latter was very expected of course, for the same reasons as the Grashrak's Despoilers there, with the discontinuation of the Savage Orcs from the Immortal Realms. I am a bit sad to see Rippa not make the cut, as we did actually see 2 Swarm Gits team here, while leaving this elite one out. As for Order, then finally we won't see Steelheart's Champions, the Chosen Axes, the Cursebreakers, Skate's Wild Hunt, Morgwade's Blade Coven, the Starblood Stalkers, Elathine's Soul Raid, Storm of Celestus, Sandire's Truth Seekers, the Chadeborn, Grisel's Arena, and Domitan's Cursebreakers. That's a lot of excluded warbands, but Order is also the largest Grand Alliance in the game. Although according to recent releases it makes sense to include Fast Riders rather than Domitant's Cursebreakers. For the sake of variety I would have preferred the Spellslingers, as 2 Stormcast warbands from the Vanguard chamber with a similar loadout doesn't make for great variety. Otherwise I don't really care for the loss of several bland Stormcast warbands, but I do very much lament that the Chosen Axes didn't get the chance to find the Urgold, and some others excellently thematic warbands such as Skates, Wild Hunt are also a bit of a bummer, as are not seeing a single one of the Daughters of Cain warbands included. But all this is only, well it's a big only for some people of course, an issue if you play in certain tournaments. As hinted at before, the design studio is looking to bring back as many old warbands as possible, so even if your old favorite didn't make it right now, you can A, still play with them via the digital support outside official events, and B, still hope to see them make the cut a bit further down the road. That's it for today. Make sure to smash smash all buttons and do leave a comment, and let's have a chat about your feelings on all of this. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye. I would like to thank all my wonderful members that support my work. Every penny goes straight into new minis, new paint, equipment and whatnot. Your support means a lot. If you are not yet a member, what you can expect from a future membership is access to the member Discord, early access to videos, member deck review, and just generally a greater influence on the content I put out. I will surely add more features to the member side of things as I progress as well. Furthermore, I would also like to mention that if you are looking to buy Warhammer merch, you can now support the channel via clicking the link provided in the description of the video to help the channel with a small but valuable kickback without any extra cost for you by making any of your purchases via the link. Lastly, don't forget to like the video. A small click for you that still means a lot for me and the elusive YouTube algorithm to get the video into a more favorable position amongst the very steep competition out there on the YouTubes. And do feel free to comment as well. I'm always interested in hearing what you have to say. Any engagement is welcome really, and I always strive to answer any comment I do get.